Hello, in this video we will be finding the discriminant and using it to determine the type of solutions in quadratic functions. So in order for this to work, we need to have this function with one side being equal to 0. The discriminant is this part. It's part of the quadratic formula, which we'll see later on. This is inside the square root of the quadratic formula and tells us how many and what type of solutions we have. So we have three options. Option 1, the discriminant is positive. That means bigger than 0. If that's the case, we have two real roots. That means that the parabola, that's the graph, crosses the horizontal line twice, whether it's opening up or opening down, it crosses twice. So this and this would be the solution for that one. This and this would be the solution for the other one. If the discriminant is equal to 0, then we have one real solution. The parabola touches the line but never crosses in either direction. If we have a negative discriminant that's less than 0, we have two imaginary roots. That means the parabola never touches the horizontal or x-axis. So I have pre-filled some of the numbers to make it go faster, but here's a summary, the type and number of solutions depending on what discriminant is. Here's the discriminant and so on. So I have pre-filled each problem with, this is the frame for the discriminant. So there's places for each of the letters and we will just place them in. We'll start with, in this case, the first one is b squared. B is -3, so I'll put it in, minus, and I'm looking at this box right here, 4 times a is -6, times c, which is -3. Let's evaluate. -3 squared, any number squared is positive, so this becomes 9. Then we have -4 times -6 is 24, times 3 is positive 72. When added those two together, I get 81. This is bigger than 0, so positive. And because it is positive, we have two real solutions. Two real solutions. Again, because this is bigger than 0, which is positive. Problem number 2. We'll do the same thing. Well, 7, we start with b equals 7 times 4 times a, minus 4 times a is 5, times c is 6. 7 squared is 49. Then we multiply -4 times 5 times 6, and we get -120. 49 minus 120 is -71. This is less than 0, so we have a negative. Whenever we have a negative, we have two imaginary solutions. Two imaginary solutions. Problem number 3. Now, if you remember on the previous slide, we need to have one side equal to 0. The previous two examples had one side equal to 0. Now this one does not, so we have to perform one step to make it equal to 0. I will subtract 8 from both sides. 8 minus 8 is 0, equals, and we just bring everything down because in this case we don't have like terms. So -2n squared plus 8n minus 8. Now we have one side equal to 0. Now we can solve it. So a is -2, b is +8, and c is -8. Plug the numbers in, and we have 8, -2, -8. This is 64. Multiplying these three numbers gets us -64. This is 0. Anytime we have 0, we have one real solution.